Welcome to the Workamper Show, a podcast devoted to helping you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. I'm Steve Anderson, the president of Workamper News. Each one of our episodes will either introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to opportunities to work short-term jobs. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Thank you, Steve. Today we're going to hear from an employer whose business has been hiring work campers for decades and is still looking for people to work this summer. Today's episode is sponsored by The Dreamer's Journey, a new online course and community produced by Workamper News. Life is way too short to keep your dreams on hold, so don't be held back by fear because you were designed for more. Get started with the RV lifestyle the right way with this comprehensive guide. For a monthly subscription fee, people can participate in 2 online webinars every week to learn things like what type of RV to buy, goal setting, how to budget for the adventure, developing a positive mindset, where to call home, and how to find a job or start a mobile business. All online events will be recorded for watching anytime. Subscribers can also join an open question and answer session each month. For more information, visit www.rvdreamersjourney.com. Lu Syrett, or Lou as she likes to be called, is the gift shop manager at Ruby's Inn, which is located just outside of Bryce Canyon National Park. The family-owned business was started in 1916 by her great-grandfather, Reuben Syrett, who liked to be called Ruby. Today, the 6th generation of Syretts are working there. It may have started as a simple inn to greet travelers who wanted to see the spectacular canyon. However, Ruby's Inn has grown into a destination itself. It now involves 800 hotel rooms spread over 3 properties, as well as a 150-site full hookup RV park. The compound is located in a rural part of southern Utah, but right in the middle of what is called Monument Valley. It is only a few hours away from the Grand Canyon, Zion National Park, Capitol Reef National Park, Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, and Canyonlands National Park. Ruby's Inn hires 700 people each season, many of whom are work campers. They hire so many work campers that the family built a separate 70-site RV park just to create a community for them. Lou describes some of the duties work campers can perform. They include helping in the hotels or RV park, staffing one of the 3 restaurants, assisting guests at the nightly country music show, inspecting hotel rooms, scooping ice cream or selling candies at a specialty shop, fixing cars at the auto center, or keeping shelves stocked at the general store. The season typically begins in late March and continues through the end of October. All the jobs are paid and come with generous bonuses as well for working after Labor Day. To tell us more about the opportunity to work at this tourist mecca, please welcome Ruby's Inn's gift store manager, Lu Syrett, to the show. Thanks for joining us today, Lou. Tell us about your business and how it got started.
I'm excited to be here. Ruby's Inn is really a unique place. It's neat because it is still family owned and operated. We're actually moving into our 5th generation and have 6th generation coming up that are actually working here as employees. But we actually just celebrated our 200-year anniversary just a year or 2 ago. So it really is just a neat business to be a part of. It's large. People don't realize it's more of a destination. We actually have 3 hotels, almost 800 hotel rooms. There's a restaurant, a diner. There's a dinner night show in the summer. We have a rodeo. We have the campground. There's horse rides, ATV rides, bicycle rentals. It really is a fun place to come and visit and spend your summer as a work camper or as a guest.
And it's located very close to Bryce Canyon, I understand.
Yeah, we're just half a mile from the entrance into the national park, which was really great planning on great grandpa Ruby's part. He actually, originally, we were in the park. right on the rim. And he brought people out here years ago because he just thought it was so amazing. He would bring them out in the wagons, and they would come and stay for a week right on the rim and get to see rubies, to get to see into the canyon. And he would feed them and take care of them, and then take them back into Panguitch, or so they could get on their way, but would get to see this amazing canyon that was right here. And then when it became a national park, he shifted to where Ruby's Inn is now located.
Okay. So it started as a destination place in the very beginning because people wanted to come and look at the canyon, and they needed a place to stay. And so Grandpa figured out, well, I'll provide this service.
Yeah, he just knew that it was so amazing that people needed to see it, and he wanted to help provide that opportunity.
Okay. Very good. And you've been utilizing work campers at Ruby's Inn for quite a while, have you not?
Yeah, for a long time. In fact, I was trying to think. I have been here and a part of Ruby's Inn for over 20 years. The first few years, even just my first year here, by about the end of my first year here, I started helping with scheduling in the general store. And that's where I'm real involved. A couple years later, I started helping with HR for a few years, and then I shifted back to just the general store. But yeah, we've been having work campers here at Ruby's Inn for, I think, 18 plus years.
And so at Ruby's Inn, you use work campers both in the hotels and at the campground?
Yeah, in fact, we use them even more than that. We'll use them anywhere they're willing to work. We love our work campers. They really provide just so much knowledge and skill and customer service that is just so appreciated in the customer service industry. But yeah, we'll use them at the front desk. We'll even use them in the restaurant as cashiers or hosts. We do use them up in the campground with reservations. And then in the general store, which is where I mainly hire for and work, we use them cashiers, stocking, selling jewelry, even scooping ice cream, the ones that are willing to. We have a little ice cream shop. So it's, we love our work campers. It's a lot of fun to have them.
Oh, that's neat. And how many do you typically hire every year?
Oh, that is a really good question. So, Ruby's Inn is unique. We, in the winter time, because we're tourist based, because of the national park, we drop down to about 300 employees. But in the summer, generally, we have over 700 employees that work here.
700 employees. That keep you up at night.
It's grown. Ruby's Inn has grown a lot. I usually have around 100 that just work for me in the general store and the little shops that are under my umbrella. I would say, I bet we bring in close to 100 work campers or more. We have over 70 work camper RV sites. We built a new RV campground for our work campers actually about 7 or 8 years ago. So the sites would all have the good 50 amp hookups. They've got really nice pull-throughs and grass and trees and picnic tables that were planted over there. And it really is a nice work camper campground for them.
How do you go about interviewing and hiring work campers?
Well, I use Workamper magazine a lot. That's where we advertise and get a bulk of our applications. And we do a lot of phone interviewing, obviously, because people are coming from all over the world. But I will say, too, that I have a lot of returning work campers. I have a lot of work campers that come here and spend one summer here and just really love it and continue to come back. I've had work campers that have been coming back for 20 years or more. So it's really, it really kind of becomes family to them as well. I have some that have been here for a few weeks now with COVID and just started working this week. And that's what she said when they pulled in. It felt like they were coming home. And I think it's only their 3rd or 4th season with us, but that's what she said. It's like coming home. We just love coming to Ruby's Inn for the summer. Sounds
like the workers become part of the family business.
They really do. We really come connected. You just do. When you're working with people, you get to know them and they get to know you. And it's always a fun environment.
So people can come to your website and fill out an application. Is that how that works?
Yeah. So it's rubysin.com, and the website is based to sell our activities in the hotel. So you have to scroll to the very bottom of the website, and there's some little tabs at the bottom, and one of them says employment. And if you click on that, then there gives you a whole bunch of information about employment and filling out an application online.
Okay, and then once you get the application, are you hiring year-round, or is it just for seasons?
We keep some employees on year-round. We actually just set up about 5 sites last fall so that we could actually have some work campers here year-round. But it gets quite cold here, like -15 in December, and we get anywhere from 2 to 5 or 6 feet of snow. So I don't have a lot of work campers that stay or want to stay in the winter season. We kind of dropped down to more just our locals. But I have had some. I had one that stayed with us all this last winter and worked part-time through the winter, and he just absolutely loved it. So
very good. And how do you develop camaraderie among your work camper team if they're part of the family?
Yeah, we like to try and do things. We try and do, especially in the summertime when everybody kind of gets here, we like to try and do a potluck monthly. The work campers themselves will have some little get-togethers and things over there in the work camper campground. We try to have somebody kind of be in charge of instigating some social activities over there to help them just get to know each other, even in the different departments and stuff. Because, like I said, there's like 70 sites over there, so there's quite a few work campers even just in the campground. We also do a big employee town celebration about the second week in August. We bring in blow-ups and cook the employees hamburgers, and we have hundreds of prizes. It's kind of a fun day to just thank our employees for all they do to help this business and this town run.
Well, that's neat. And you said that you have a special campground that you created just for the work campers. So the only people there are really work campers?
Yes. Occasionally the front row, our campground will use it as an overflow if there's any openings, but that's not very often. And really, there's over 70 sites over there, and it's just the work campers. And like I said, it's got grass and trees, big, nice pull through. It's very easy for a large RV to fit in there and even have a car behind the RV. They're real nice sites.
How do work campers help Ruby's Inn meet its goals?
They're our front line of our customer service. They're the ones that are greeting and taking care of our customers. So without that, we wouldn't be in business. We need those frontline workers to represent Ruby's Inn and to let our customers know that we care about them, and that's what work campers do for us.
Oh, that's neat. And do you usually work with local labor as well?
We do. We have local labor from the surrounding towns. I even have some that come from 30 to 50 miles away to come and work here because it is a rural community. I've got high school girls that come from a town that's about 50 miles away. I have employees from Panguitch and Paiute, Tropic. We also bring in J1s. So they're like foreigners that get to come over here and work on a work visa. And those are usually kids that are in their 20s, usually in college and speak several languages. A lot of times they're smarter than we are. They have law degrees and doctorate degrees, but they can make more money here working 3 to 5 months than they can in their country. So they'll come over here and get to experience America. We'll bring anywhere from 100 to 200 J1s in, depending on the season. And they come from all over, the Philippines, Jamaica, Moldova, all the European countries. And that's really fun. Kind of made this a little bit of a melting pot. It's been fun to have all the different cultures.
So how do work campers provide a benefit to you compared to the local labor?
That's a good question.
I'm assuming that they live on site. That probably helps.
Yes, definitely. They're right here. So if I need some more help or whatever, they can be here in 5 minutes instead of half an hour. But they always bring a fresh energy too. I think everybody gets a little burned out sometimes. And when you're here working year round, it's just always so nice to have those work campers come in and kind of provide that fresh energy and kind of help us get geared up for the season and the tourists that are going to be coming and the busyness that's going to be coming. It's always a fun energy.
Are you hiring singles, couples, or both?
Both. Yeah. And generally we like to, unless I've had a few couples that don't want to work together, but generally we try to schedule our couples together, same days off, same shifts. All the departments here are able to do that almost 100% of the time. So we really like that, but we enjoy having the singles as well. Sometimes they have a little more flexibility than the couples. And so we're able to use both, and they both are great assets for us.
What type of jobs do work campers typically perform for your company?
In the general store, they generally work in cashiering, stocking, or sales positions. We also hire them at the front desk with reservations, in the restaurant, cashiering or hosting. We also hire work campers to be room inspectors with our hotel rooms. So like to go in after one of the maids has cleaned it and inspect it and make sure it looks good. And we also hire work campers up in the campground to help with reservations and the things that go on with the campground. And then we also have two little shops across the street where we have more souvenirs and a rock shop. So we have work campers we use over there as well with the ice cream and selling rocks.
Are you connected to the national park at all, and that maybe you'd shuttle guests to and from the park?
So the national park actually has a shuttle now. Bryce does, as well as Zion's. They run a shuttle. And the shuttle has a stop right in front of Ruby's Inn, right in front of our main lodge. So they actually come out of the park and come to us, which is awesome. And then actually the main building that the shuttle is housed at and where you would buy your tickets is actually just kind of at the top of our property. So it's there. We have a gas station here, and it's just kind of right there next to the gas station. And that's where that's where their main pickup and drop off is. So most guests actually get on the shuttle right here at Ruby's Inn.
That's very convenient. Yeah. Does that mean that the work campers can hop the shuttle too and go to the inn or go into the park if they wanted to as well?
Yes, most of them get a park pass when they get here, and they get to explore the country. So yeah, they get to ride the shuttle and go in and enjoy the national park. One of the things that I love about right here in Bryce is it's very centrally located. So it's a fun place to come and spend 5 or 6 months because Zion's National Park is only 2 hours away. Canyonlands is not very far away. Moab is not very far away. We're just kind of arches, the Grand Canyon. We're just kind of right in the middle. So you really have the opportunity to explore a ton of the parks here in Utah and enjoy a really neat piece of the world.
I agree. I heard there are at least 5 or 7 major tourist attractions in that area. Natural attractions.
There's a lot. And there's a lot just within an hour. Just some amazing hikes and even drives that are just absolutely beautiful.
Is that park pass something that you folks provide to the work campers, or is it the ones that they're buying from the National Park Service themselves?
Yeah, they would buy that from the National Park Service themselves. Some years the National Parks works out something with us to let our employees at least come in one time for free, because we like for them to be able to talk to the guests and tell them what the park is like. So especially with our J1s that have never even been in the U.S. and have no idea what Bryce Canyon even looks like. So generally they provide a one-time free visit into the park for all of our employees. And then if they want to go more, they just need to buy the park pass, and then they're able to go as much as they want.
You had mentioned you folks get a lot of snow in the wintertime. So what is a typical season like for you?
So we usually start bringing work campers in the first part of April, and we love it if work campers can stay till the end of October. It's funny, our season used to be Memorial Day to Labor Day, but our shoulder season just seems to be increasing more and more every year. So we kind of bring them in, a few every week, but starting in 1st of April, I'll even have some full in the end of March. Kind of depends on the snow that year, but we love to get them coming in. As soon as it starts warming up, it starts getting busy, and we love to have them here.
How many hours a week do they typically work?
Most of my work campers are full time. We do hire a few that don't want to work full time. But because we are so busy, we really do like to have our work campers work at least 30 hours a week, so that it benefits us to have them in the site and be able to fulfill the positions that we need.
So they're working full time, but when they have days off, are they in a row as a general rule, or do you just scatter them as your schedule demands?
So it depends on what the work campers want. I'm actually a pretty easy scheduling boss to work for. I kind of get their requests, and it's usually the puzzle seems to come together and work out. So I even will run most of our shifts at Ruby's Inn are 8-hour shifts, but we do even have some 10 or 12-hour shifts, and I will have some work campers that want to work 4 10s and have 3 days off. And if they want those 3 days off in a row, that works out. And that's one of the things I love about work campers. It seems like if you're willing to try and help them, they totally are willing to help you. So then maybe say there's a holiday weekend and that 3-day off in a row isn't going to work out, but they don't mind that because I've been able to give them that for the last 2 months. So they're fine to help me out on July 4th and break up their days off that week. So it works out really well.
Well, they don't want to be out touring all these tourist spots either on a holiday weekend.
Not when it's that busy. No, they probably would rather be at work anyway.
So most of their days off then would occur during the week rather than the weekend?
It just depends. I have a mixture, and you kind of need that when you're putting together a schedule. So it seems like it works out. And if it doesn't, we'll shift somebody a little bit one day or the other. And it seems like everybody's always willing to be a team and try and make things work. So it works out pretty well.
What type of compensation or perks do you offer to the work campers?
So actually quite a few. We give our work campers and all of our employees discounts pretty much everywhere here on the property. So like in the general store, anything they purchase, they get 30% off. And that's pretty much across the whole resort, I believe. So if they eat in the restaurant or the Canyon Diner, they get 30% off.
They get a free campsite.
We don't offer a free campsite. So
Okay.
they pay $150 a month, but that includes their water, sewer, electricity, power, and Wi-Fi.
Okay. That's not very reasonable for that part of the country, especially during the summer.
Yeah, legally, because we are in a corporation, we can't give free sites. We have to charge for them. So that's why that's what we do.
Okay, that makes sense. Is there any specific traits or qualifications that you look for in work campers?
I love to have people who are friendly, full of energy. I know it's always nice to look at applications and see that they've had been even in management or, I think over the years, I mean, I've had a lot of work campers over the years, and I've enjoyed working with all of them, whether they're military or nurses or, they just always bring a skill set with them because they've experienced things in life. And it seems like we are always able to kind of find their niche where they fit best and are able to use the assets that they bring with them to help make Ruby's Inn a better place.
So it's not like they need construction experience for some of the jobs, or they need a commercial driver's license to shuttle things or people around.
No, we do have a little train on the property though. And so we usually are looking for somebody with a commercial license so that they can drive that train. They have to have a CDL, and that's usually a work camper position that gets filled there. But yeah, we don't have any specific requirements. It seems like there's always a good variety, and it seems to work out really well.
Do you have to provide any training to the work campers before they start work?
We do. Every department is a little bit different, but most departments are 1 to 2 days of training or longer. The front desk is probably a little bit longer. The general store is about 2 days. We want to make sure our work campers feel comfortable. We don't want to just throw them in the deep end. So we kind of give them all of that information the first day, and then the second day have somebody right there with them as they start to kind of do the hands-on, so they have somebody there to ask questions if they have any.
A buddy would be very helpful, I would think, in making sure that they got off to a good start.
Yeah, it's worked really well in the general store for us.
What can a Workamper do to ensure that he or she really stands out among other applicants?
Flexibility is always a plus. And probably the other thing that really helps them stand out is if they're available to come for the whole season. That would be a big bonus, because some work campers, you're looking at a 6 or 7 month, if they want to come and stay for the whole season. So a lot of work campers don't like to stay in one place that long, and which is fine. I usually bring in another group of work campers the 1st of August to kind of get us through our fall season. But it's always a bonus if I can have them from April till the end of October, because then you don't have to train somebody new and start over.
So it's a good idea for them to indicate that they have that flexibility and are available the whole season when submitting a cover letter or jotting it down on their application, or is that part of the application?
Yeah, for sure. And one of the things we do too, just because it seems like we have a hard time having enough employees, especially August, September, October, we actually, employees that are willing to stay till that mid to end of October range, we actually offer an incentive, a kind of a year-end bonus for ones that are committed to help us get through the end of our season.
Well, that's neat. Is that based on their hours worked, or is it just a standard bonus for doing a whole season?
It is based on their hours worked. It's a monetary amount based on hours worked. So obviously somebody who's here the whole season gets a bigger bonus than somebody who's only here for 2 months. But it's definitely a good incentive, and it seemed to work well, help us have our employees that we need through the fall.
Is overtime available?
It is. Actually, we do offer overtime, especially in the shoulder season, because it seems like in the spring and in the fall, we're a little shorthanded. But yeah, I have employees that work 1 or 2 overtime shifts, sometimes all season long. They're interested, and if I have the work, it's definitely an option.
And the jobs start at a specific hourly range, or does it depend upon the position?
Most of our positions start between $8 and $9 an hour. It just depends on the position and what they're being hired for.
Okay. What do you wish all work campers knew before coming to work for you?
I definitely would want them to know a little bit, like we talked earlier, that this is a family business. It's not a corporation or a KOA, or it's a little different environment than they maybe have experienced. But I, in my opinion, that makes it so much better because it is family owned and in some ways more relaxed and open to working with each other and having a good relationship and making things work. I also like to let work campers know that we are at 8,000 feet. Some work campers have some health issues, and so I would like to make sure that they're aware of our elevation and our altitude, so that it's a good fit for them.
Very good. If people wanted more information about these opportunities, where could they find it?
And our website, rubysin.com. If they scroll all the way to the bottom, there is a tab there called Employment, and they can click on that. And there's some videos from past employees along with our application and lots of information about the different jobs we have here.
Very good. And of course, Workamper News. You do a lot of advertising there.
We do. We use Workamper, and it's where we get the bulk of our applications. So yeah, we're always in the Workamper News magazine, and it's been a great relationship with Workamper for many years now.
Super. Well, thank you very much, Lou. I really appreciate the time.
Hi, thank you, Greg.
Ruby's Inn sounds like it'd be a really fun place to work in the truly spectacular Monument Valley of Utah. The Syrett family is especially appreciative of their work campers because they play vital roles in serving the tens of thousands of people who visit their family-owned business each year. Because Ruby's Inn is located in a rural area, the family relies upon work campers to supplement the local labor, who must often come from long distances just to get to work. The family works hard to make sure that work campers feel welcomed and valued. They orchestrate regular potluck dinners to help people get to know each other and the rest of the family. I appreciate Lu Syrett for taking time to talk to me about the many opportunities still available to workampers this year. I liked Lou's explanation of how family ensures workampers get comfortable with their jobs by assigning an experienced buddy to help each person learn the ropes. It also helps them form friendships quickly with other staff members. State laws may prevent the company from giving away an RV site, but renting a full hookup RV site for $150 per month anywhere in Monument Valley is a spectacular deal. To entice people to stay through the fall shoulder season, Ruby's Inn offers a generous bonus to work after Labor Day when schools are back in session and the firm loses many of its teenage and college-age workers. Workampers are still needed this summer and fall. To find out more information about the company and the types of jobs available to workampers, please visit www.rubysin.com/employment. And that's RUBYSINN.com/employment. Workamper News, a magazine and online publication, connects RVers to full and part-time jobs around the country. Whether it is running a business from your RV or working short-term jobs for a variety of employers, Workamper News can give you information to help you plan a course to live your own dream and get you on the road faster than you thought possible. For more information about opportunities to live, work, and play in your RV, visit www.workampernews.com. This article is sponsored by the National RV Training Academy in Athens, Texas. The Academy's one-week live training or home study course will teach you everything you need to know to fix about 80% of the problems people experience with their RVs. You can also sign up for additional training to become an RV inspector, campground technician, or to provide mobile RV service. For more information, visit www.nrvta.com. That's all we have for today's show. Next time, I'll be talking to a different employer about work camping opportunities this summer. Thanks for listening to today's episode of The Workamper Show.